Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a glute and hamstring day, and pretty much kept with what I said I'm going to do. Wanted to start working some good mornings and stuff back into my routine. Need to make sure my hamstrings are stronger. I went ahead and pulled what was hoping would be right around a training max or a true max based upon what's happened the last week or so in my training. So ramped up really quickly to a 585. So I just did a 405, 495, then went to 585. So I pulled 2 reps to warm up. It's a standard warm up for me. 1 to 2 reps before we go to our heavy stuff. So 585, it was actually heavy. It felt like a true max. And I had to grind a little through the middle, and then it snapped really fast. So for me, this is also a sign that my hamstrings need to come up. Now, keeping in mind, this is fatigued, okay? This is fatigue because I am doing rows and back on Tuesday. So yesterday I did 12 sets for my lats, right? So I am not coming into this 100% fresh, but at least there was no downward motion of the bar. We had a good solid lockout. So again, the lats held okay in spite of the fatigue, but really I felt like hamstrings were the issue. The glutes were good. So I want to do more hamstring work. Also, since I'm going to start power squatting, I want to do a throwback to when I used to do conjugate. I want to push good mornings back up. And this really tells me where I'm at to really do some heavy good mornings, just a couple sets and ramp up. Lets me know where I am relative here, because I used to good morning over 500 pounds. Okay. So we know that these muscles need to come up because this next set was 355 and the triple was really heavy. Right? This felt really heavy. So I want to keep the volume fairly low on this, just like the deadlifts, and we'll build it up. So today's volume overall was a little lower than most of my other days. But I'm also decided, look, I want to work some glute ham raises back in. I'm going to have to sit for a couple different calls today. So I want to make sure hamstrings don't cramp up. So I definitely wanted to work hamstrings back in because I could tell they were limiting the deadlift. So the good mornings here, yeah, 355 for a triple. This was heavy. I haven't done good mornings in a really long time. But, you know, realistically, that being heavy for a triple lets me know we definitely have to continue to work on those. And they actually tend to build my squat up, like my low bar squats tend to go up very effectively there. All right, so we went ahead and did glute ham raises here. And yeah, you guys can kind of see there's where my loose skin is from losing the weight. It's in a better place than it has been. Again, this is the most unflattering angle possible. It's honestly not that bad. So I'll take it. So for these, I went ahead and just tried to get my 3 sets at 10 with a 10-pound plate, which is pretty much all I can handle on this. But again, this is really what's limiting that deadlift. Have my hamstrings been stronger? Now, granted, less fatigue. Let's say I hadn't done rows the day before, but you know, let's set that aside. It still felt like the hamstrings could have powered through that a little bit better. So we want to do a little extra hamstring work. So it kind of tells me where I'm at with some of that. Keep in mind, we are calling this power building because I am going to care a little about my big 3, right? But obviously 95% of my training is going to be pretty much a bodybuilding split. Going to be a lot of focus still on upper body. Obviously, I'm wanting to get leaner, improve physique, and that's all been improving. So some of the lower body stuff, we will do a little bit of power type training. So we'll work on heavy good mornings. We'll do all this other stuff. I might even work some box squats in, all right? But we still build muscle from all of that. But definitely the whole upper body going to be aesthetic focus, building muscle focus. But again, when I even look at something like a deadlift, though, I'll know that my weak links on it will tell me, you know, what I need to work on lower body. So at this point, definitely hamstrings need the work. So the glute ham raises kind of need to stay in. So I don't have access to a hamstring curl. The glute ham raise is good exercise to work back in. It will work those other functions of the hamstring the hip hinges don't hit, right? So again, good exercise. I just have to watch work capacity on this so that I don't cramp up later in the day. So again, since I only did the 1 top set of good mornings, I didn't want to go overboard. I want to work those back in gradually because I knew I was going to do glute ham raises also. So that novel training response there is probably going to make me a little bit sore tomorrow. So I didn't want to go overboard on it. So again, 3 good sets here, it's enough. And then we did 5 sets of the reverse hypers. So the reverse hypers, I've experimented with for a couple weeks of running extremely heavy, and while it felt good, it's like, I don't know the juice is worth the squeeze. No point putting the wear and tear on my reverse hyper. I don't feel that it worked it any harder than stricter and lighter. So I dropped all the way back down to just like 290 on here, right? So we have 290 pounds, and I did sets of 20, which doing slow and controlled. Notice we don't let the swing go all the way forward, we control it all the way down so that it doesn't do as much of a swing. So again, strict, controlled reverse hypers. Strict and controlled reverse hypers. And these felt good. I felt a lot of glute, felt a lot of low back. So we ended up doing just 5 sets of 20 on this. So really, whether it depends on if I want to count the deadlift or not, the deadlift against a set, or even the first set of good mornings, did we do around 9 to 10 work sets? We did, which is still fairly low volume. But again, the deadlift was grindy. A little bit fatigued from some of the other training 6 days a week, doing all the conditioning. So I didn't want to go crazy hard on this today. I want to build the work capacity back up on some of these. So I'm going to need to gradually work up these other movements. And most of the volume came from the reverse hypers today, which are, again, easy on recovery. So we can get away with that. So again, I want to build the work capacity back up on the posterior chain, kind of like I've done on all the upper body stuff. But it's going to have to be a little bit of a gradual process on adding certain movements back in. I have to get used to them. I don't want to get large amounts of DOMs or cramping or anything, because I try to do more than I can handle. And then I'll try to build these up just like I've been doing other muscle groups lately. Get the posterior chain stronger. We'll continue to get it stronger, build work capacity, build muscle up. So again, at the end of the day, these last couple of movements are pretty much here for building muscle, right? Everything is 10 to 20 reps, fairly high volumes, very good stimulus to fatigue exercises. And then, of course, I finished up with a set of hanging leg raises, which, again, I've said every workout I want to start doing abs again. I feel like it will help me. It'll only help me as I continue to get leaner, to have a stronger core, better abs, all those things. So I want to start doing ab work again, most of the workouts like I was doing for a while, as we've built work capacity to handle it. And I really like the hanging leg raises. I feel like they bring a lot to the table because they're more than just an ab exercise. Again, they put us in traction. They help with shoulder health. They help with grip, help with hip flexors. So there's a lot going on there. So I finish up with those at the end, and I feel like that's enough talking for now. I'm going to go ahead and get this rendered and up for you guys, because it's like after 1 p.m. and I still haven't got this done, and I want to get this up today. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.